Hey guys, Ashlane here coming at you today with how to beat the most popular Town Hall 11 base in the game. So obviously that is not 100%, it's not the most popular, but it's the base that I've come across the most amount of times. In matchmaking the last few days, I've come across this base about 5 or 6 times in matchmaking in 2 or 3 days, and I also came across it in both of our last clan wars, so it's certainly a really popular base. I'm going to teach you an easy way to get 2 stars on this base. Now, I'm going to attack it with a Grand Warden and a couple level 3 witches, but it's still a viable way for Town Hall 10s to hit this base if you have to. Obviously, you'd rather just go ahead and use the Warden and the witches. You'd rather have a max 11s hit the max 11s. Now, I haven't dropped my my Eagle Artillery yet, actually, and I'm going to be bringing you an episode about why I haven't done so. So I am a Town Hall 10.5 or 10.75 maybe, because I do have the Expo. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to this game plan. Let's talk about it. So it's a cutoff a little bit at the top, but those green lines are going to be where we're going to go ahead and enter with giants. The black lines are where we're going to enter the base with the golems. That's the main force of the attack. Now the golems are going to be backed up by some giants as well, and then we're going to have wizards backing up the giants and the golem section of the army. The big H is obviously for the heroes. We're using 4 earthquakes right over that brown X. You can barely see it overlapping the 2 rage spells, which are the 2 red circles, and then obviously the 2 freeze spells. We're using some wall breakers to crack a hole at the white X's. Now, I'm going to bring you 2 replays against this base. I also want to focus on my army that I'm using. It's funny, I've been using this army just farming in Low Titans League, and then I kind of got so used to the army, and now I have a perfect build, a really balanced build that I love using, which I'm going to share with you guys as well, involving a lot of giants. Now, I'm going to show 2 variations of the attack, because as with any army, new army that you're getting used to, you kind of make adjustments here and there. So I made both of these attacks at different points in the evolution of this strategy that I've been using. So we'll show both variations against one base that I hit in the wild and one base that I hit in the our most recent clan war. So let's go ahead and look at this base, this attack I did most recently against this base. Now here's the base again, right? So it's pretty much the same one I just showed you. A couple small changes. It looks like an Expo is still being built there. Yeah, that's an Expo there towards the bottom. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same base. There's going to be Teslas in the center there. The wall configuration's a little bit different, and there's a few units different than the first screenshot I showed you. But we're actually going to show that replay against that base as the second replay I share. But there's the earthquake. Really opens up a nice lane right to the center of the base. That air sweeper being there is a perfect lure for the rest of the golems to follow through. So you can see here I have the giants up north, and then I have the golems going in. I'll have wizards to back everybody up. The idea with the giants is to get more percentage and create some more a buffer zone for those wizards to get more percentage. They're on the Dark Spell Factory right now, and also it's to merge. Half my giants at least will merge with the rest of the main team here, the main kill squad. They're going to go for the town hall. The giants are kind of leading the way, hopefully detonating all the traps that I need detonated to keep those wizards and witches alive. And then you can see with this army composition, part of the beauty of it with the new spell donation, and Town Hall 10s can obviously take advantage of this as well, you have that extra spell to play with. So I've been rolling no poison spell, instead going 3 earthquake spells that I cook up on my own, and then that 4th earthquake that I get from one of my clanmates. So I use the 4 earthquake, and then I really take advantage of the rest of those spell slots, and I use 2 rage and 2 freeze spells. Wow, that's a winning combination. That's a lot of firepower in terms of spells. So you can see here, it's a pretty easy 2-star, but I gotta say, this base is actually pretty viable. It made it look pretty easy here, but we actually, like I said, we went against this base in 2 clan wars in a row now, and both of the bases had a couple defensive wins. There were a couple 1-star attacks, actually. I don't think it won outright, but it just goes to show you that it is a viable base. Now, this is how I build the army. 6 wizards, 7 wizards, 1 golem, 1 witch, 1 golem, 1 witch, 2 and 2. I already talked about the spells. 3 earthquake spells, and then with my other 2 barracks, we're going to go 6 wall breakers, 3 giants, 3 wizards, and in the last barracks, we'll build 13 giants. The reason I share this with you is this is how you can build the army to make sure that the troops end at roughly the same time. You're not waiting a long time for one certain barracks or whatnot. So you can see my request is a golem and a giant along with the earthquake spell. We're going to go ahead and just boost while I'm waiting for these troops. Actually, I don't need the troops. I'm going to show you a war replay. So let's thank Kingslayer here, and then we'll move on to the next attack and hopefully break it down even better than the first one, using a little bit different of an army, like I said. Now, this attack that I had last war here, against their number 1 guy, this is the base that I actually screenshot and shared with you guys at the beginning of the episode, the same base, and this was when I was not quite as adjusted or not quite as done in terms of with this army composition of where I wanted it to be, so I could have done a much better job, and you'll see when I attack this that the way I hit it in open matchmaking, in PvP matchmaking, was actually the better way to go here. What I do here is I use a golem up north, instead of bunching all 3 of my golems up towards the eastern part of the base. So here come the earthquake spells like I talked about. Same exact location. It's just a perfect location to target here. You can see it's pretty much the same base. But I used a clan castle over there, and then I sneak some wall breakers in. Then I just use 2 golems. I'm going to bunch all the giants up, all with those 2 golems here in the main entry point. Now, the reason I switched that is basically I'm going to sacrifice a golem right off the bat, and I don't really want to do that, sacrifice a golem off the bat. I'd rather sacrifice a few giants, so that's really not a big deal there. And then things get a little bit too bunchy for my liking here in the middle. Now, it's still a pretty surefire win against this base, even if you do decide to use the giants over here in the south. But what happens here is my giants, instead of merging beautifully like they did on the first attack, they kind of don't merge, and they kind of get caught up going south, which is okay. I mean, they're providing a nice cover for my wizards and witches, but that means I don't have as much firepower in the center of the base that I did on the first attack, and the Archer Queen's actually going to go down quicker than I'd like her to be. If you remember on the first replay, the Archer Queen actually went closer to the south. She went around the horn there towards the bottom of the base, took out that Eagle Artillery, and did a decent amount of damage. But either way, it was a 58% 2-star, and I'm very confident in the strategy against this really popular base design. Now, if you guys want to use the base, I'm going to go ahead and include a screenshot of the from the village editor mode. That way you guys can go ahead and copy it. Even though we saw how to beat it here, like I said, it is an effective base. The big wide open spot is the Eagle Artillery. I told you guys I have not built my Eagle Artillery yet, but that is a good sample if you guys want to go ahead and copy the base. And we're going to end it there, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Just a few ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. And number 3, comment. Tell me what you think of the video. I really appreciate it, guys, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm active every day on Twitter at @clash_with_ash, and on Bindle chat group #ClashWithAsh. And as always, you can find me on my website at www.clashwithash.com. Thanks, guys.